welcome everyone. Good morning, afternoon or evening, or wherever you are in your day. This is going to be a nice little easy yoga flow, something you can do anytime, anywhere, any outfit. We're going to start in a comfortable seated position, closing the eyes, and you can sit cross-legged for this. And as always, please feel free to adapt, change, opt out of any pose that we do and make it comfortable and enjoyable. Taking a nice deep inhale and a releasing exhale. Nice deep inhale, lengthening the spine. Releasing exhale. Dropping chin to chest, taking a slow, controlled head roll over to the left. Taking your time as you roll all the way around. One more in this direction. When chin next meets chest, taking the opposite direction, right ear to right shoulder, and traveling all the way around. One more. And when chin next meets chest, rising back up to center, bringing hands lightly to heart, and setting an intention here if you wish. Opening the eyes, coming to a standing position at the front of your mat. We will take mountain, feet hip distance apart, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, nice and in alignment. Inhale, arms come up to sky. And exhale, hinging from the hips, forward fold. Bending the knees, taking your time. Inhale, hands come up to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, forward fold, taking a pause at the bottom, taking the feet a little wider, and then holding on to opposite elbows, ragdoll. Maybe pedaling out the knees slightly. Bringing feet together, lowering hands down, rolling up through the spine. And from here, taking your right foot back about a leg's distance, 45-degree angle on that back foot, heel to heel alignment. Keeping both legs straight, arms come up and out, reaching to the sides, nice tall spine. And on the exhale, reaching forwards with your left hand, bringing it down to the side of your leg. Right hand comes up for triangle, holding here for 2 breaths. Inhale, coming back up to center, keeping the arms out, turning the feet around to face the other side of the mat. Lengthening through that spine, shoulders away from ears, and on your exhale, reaching forwards with your right hand, bringing it down to the side of your leg. The left hand comes up to sky. Holding here for 2 breaths. Inhale, coming back up to center, pivoting the toes in, heels out, and maybe taking your feet a little wider. Inhale, arms come up to sky. Exhale, hinging forwards, forward fold. Inhale, hands come up to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Holding here for a breath. Weight slightly in the toes. Inhale, coming up to sky, pivoting to the front of your mat, stepping back to mountain. Roll in the shoulders back, maybe pedaling out the feet here, opening up the toes and the ankles. Inhale, arms come all the way up to sky, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, stepping back to your down dog. Bending the knees, shoulders away from ears. Taking 2 more breaths. Exhale, lowering knees down to the mat. Going through a few cat-cows. Inhale, lowering the belly down for cow. Exhale, curling the spine up for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, nice neutral spine, taking the knees a little wider, sending hips back to heels, extended child's pose. Resting the forehead lightly on your mat, taking a breath here. Rolling up through the spine, bringing legs around, planting the feet about hip distance apart, rolling your back all the way down to the mat, setting up for bridge. So having your feet just so you can touch your ankles if that's comfortable. Inhale, hips and arms come up. Exhale, rolling everything down. Inhale, hips and arms come up to sky. Exhale, rolling everything down. Bringing knees in for a nice squeeze. And then lengthening out your left leg. Exhale, taking that right knee over to the left and extending the right arm out and maybe taking your gaze across. Invitation to close the eyes and just relax into the twist. Inhale, both knees come into chest. Nice squeeze, maybe a little roll around. Exhale, right leg comes out long and taking that left knee across to the right, extending the left arm out. Maybe closing the eyes, settling in for a few breaths. Inhale, knees to chest, nice squeeze. And then making your way up to a seated position, bringing feet together, nice tall spine, and on the exhale, folding forwards in your butterfly. Just go as far as is comfortable. Taking a few breaths here. Inhale all the way back up, taking the feet out long and resting the whole body down onto your mat, taking our final pose today of Shavasana. Letting the feet be heavy and soft, the arms slightly away from the body, palms facing up. Making sure you're nice and comfortable, making any last adjustments before settling into a few moments of stillness, releasing any control of thoughts, breath, movements, and just settling the mind gently with your breath. And completely letting go. Allowing everything to rest. Taking a stretch of your choosing and slowly making your way to a comfortable seated position. Taking a nice full body inhale. Exhale, bringing hands lightly to heart. Namaste, thank you for coming. We shall see you again soon.